press options button. I'm gonna leave it right here before I continue. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna get started here. Okay, I guess it's making me get started. Okay, yeah. I haven't streamed since oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Hopefully the connection holds. The internet's not too good at going, it isn't Cox Cable's fault. The internet just isn't very good at going on upconverts. But being at the end of the month, I'm real picky on how I use the internet. So, all the devices and streaming video stuff doesn't actually use too much. Okay, I've got someone's calling me right now. And, okay, that should take care of that. Let's see, how do I get out of here? I'm not here to set any speed records or anything. This is just a game I can play in my sleep. If I remember the controls. My computer is busy. See, I don't just do videos for myself. I do videos for other people as well. Hey, buddy. Here, have your knife back. So, it isn't just a, yeah, that's Bolo here so early. So I'm only down to one computer for encoding, and I got a older Mac for graphic arts. That seems to be it right now. Actually, it's a physical space limitation. You ask anybody. I had an apartment. Actually, I've had this place and the last place doesn't have much space for me to live in. Although the other place was nice because it did get hot in the summer, but like it never had sunlight, so like it would get if it's 110, the apartment was probably 95 to 100. I know that doesn't sound good to a lot of people, but actually, believe it or not, for people who are used to the Las Vegas climate, the 85, 90 in the summer, we'll put on a sweater or something. Why am I going up here? Oh well, I am. Let's go down. What I was going to do is I was going to stream Myst. Myst is on my PS3 though. I've taken a look at the cell processor from a programmer's standpoint, and that is just not a good processor. It's based on PTC technology, first and foremost, but it isn't implemented in a way that makes any programming sense. Yes, it is a powerful processor, but it's not like the SH series, SH2s in particular, from Sega, or even the SGI Toshiba Emotion Engine. That guy just killed himself against suicide. So as a coder, I've been looking at it. The best processors on the market, no matter who makes it, as long as it's based on ARM, ARM seems to execute code very cleanly, at least from my experimentation. I'm not a professional programmer. I'm not even a hobbyist programmer. My claim to fame is 10 go to 20, 20 go to 10 run. And that's from BASIC. I still keep Chipmunk BASIC on all my systems, just because. Never know when I might need Chipmunk BASIC. But you see, I don't even remember enough BASIC. Like, I won't remember off the top of my head, meaning that, come on, I don't even know what a predicate is. So, you know, anything not used in frequency will be forgotten. It's like I knew a kid who didn't speak any English at the age of 9 by the age of 16. Well, this kid's in jail, by the way. By the age of 16, he didn't speak a lick of German. So, if it's not used, the kid went to jail, but I think he was wrongfully convicted. But because his trial's on appeal, and my association with him, I cannot disclose any more discussion on that. I would love to. He himself is an interesting topic. Maybe Rob Dyke or Kaylee Elise will cover him in one of their YouTube videos. About YouTube censorship, well, it seems like I've been censored since 2010. I looked at my numbers, and then I had another big old rise again, and then it looks like I've been censored again. But is it really censorship, or is it nobody gives a shit about what I upload? Like, you know, like this video. No, I'm not expecting anyone to log on today while I'm streaming. I'm streaming because I can't use my computer. See, I thought it was done encoding, then I look and I see I have a RAID setup, homemade. I guess I still have programming in me and engineering. And I look at it, and I can see it while I'm playing Double Dragon here, that it's now gone onto the other hard drive. These are pretty old hard drives, but they're Seagates. I actually do not fear Seagates. I don't throw away old hard drive. What I would like to do, see, I have Maxters. I have, it's got to be 24 Maxters that are dead just because I didn't use them. Oh, I could have played Minecraft. Why didn't I? Oh, that's right. Oh, son of a bastard. Keep nice and die. Okay. One of my pleasures would be to get a Bobo to fall. Ah! Well, a Bobo to fall in, not me. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that when I started this stream, what I was gonna do, and I knew that I would fall in. But now I know. Luckily, it's just a game. Keep telling yourself it's just a game. It's just a game. That's from the Simon Quest commercial. What are you? Look, Bobo, come here. I had nothing to do with that bouncy shit. Wow. Okay, that like makes me angry enough to curse. But, I've been combing through PSAs for people. I'm looking for like funny PSAs, not like the subject matter's taken the wrong way in the PSA. Like, I'll give you off the top of my head, you listener, or viewer. Are you a viewer? I guess if you're viewing me. I just killed Roper. I'm against murder. I'm gonna go play a shooter. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I need to get Doom. I need to get Doom Enrage, Quake, you need all that stuff. I cannot play Quake with a controller. Or, no, let me put it this way. I can't, with the exception of like old Doom, Quake 2 on N64, and the James Bond games on N64. I cannot play a shooter with a controller. I have got to have a, what do you call it? I have got to have a keyboard and mouse setup for modern shooters. First-person shooters. Older ones I'm completely okay with a controller, but I prefer a keyboard as well. It doesn't have to be keyboard and mouse, just keyboard. And now back to the PSA stuff. Actually, see, the real topic I wanted to talk about is I was gonna talk about the 32-bit, 64-bit era of gaming. It happened at the same time. But I'll go off on a subtopic on that. To my knowledge, the first 16-bit home system was actually the Intellivision. Yeah, that doesn't mean it had the graphics, RAM, speed, or anything like that to actually do anything with those 16 bits. In essence, it made it... Well, what's weird is, in reality, it made it... How do I put this? Like, there were some games that put whatever came out on 2600 to shame. I mean, that's the honest truth. Or at least that's my observation. So while everyone talks of the big three, 2600 and Intellivision and ColecoVision, ColecoVision came out in 1982. If with the right programming, had the right programming been allowed to exist, ColecoVision and well, see, Atari 5200 is based on the Atari 400, 800 computers. So, with the proper programming techniques, the ColecoVision could have had NES quality games and graphics and so forth and so on, had it lasted 5 years. That means, yes, I know it technically lasts, but I mean it's a big success. Like, there are games that look similar. There's also Atari 7800. Like, this is confirmed, but not seen. All I saw was one picture. I want to say who sent this to me. I don't have an NDA on this. This was also reported in the... what was it? There was this book on Nintendo, Super Mario. I think this guy, the guy who wrote the book Super Mario may have seen this, where there are... Let's try this. It doesn't work on the NES version. It works a lot better here. This just so cheap. Hey. The name of the show is. I do have stuff ready for a new host. I contacted a British actress if she's willing to relocate to Las Vegas, which is good for her full-time acting career. She hasn't responded back yet, but I would like it if she did. I would make her the host. And I wish the Hollywood scene was better because she's got a beauty about her that would actually work out better than being a YouTube host, in my opinion. But you know, that's the way things go sometimes. Nerd's right. A normal person can make it to this game. That's Angry Video Game Nerd, by the way. James Rolfe. He's right, that a normal person can make it into this game to about the last levels. I'm curious if Double Dragon 3 is going to come in. So anyways, I had another person lined up who was going to be the hostess, actually. And eventually take over the channel, but as I stated before, she passed away. So anyways, about this NDA agreement regarding Atari 7800, no, a lack of NDA. It's one of the few topics I don't have an NDA on in video gaming. So I don't have to say it's anonymous or anything. It's because I don't like saying that. I do want to give specifics, but I completely understand why specifics can't be given in the technology or just corporate world in general. And I do recall someone, like I said, I wish I knew who this person's name was today. My emails, for some reason, though I have saved every email I've ever received in 92 weeks, they're just spread out over different hard drives and computers. That's why I don't even know my Maxters are broken, and my Connors and my Quantums. Well, my Quantums all work, actually. I just one day, I hope I'm wealthy, and I hope I can afford to get data retrieved on all of these and then put onto double-layer Blu-rays in sequence. Staying in an archival grade. Tape's not too bad for archiving, but just gotta keep track of the date. That's the main thing with tape. Any tape. And that's why we're in a race against time. I have betas and VHSs that almost pushing 50 years old. They're older than me. I'm 37. These date back to the mid-70s, so they're 42 years old. 42, yeah, at the oldest. And some of them have no sound but picture, some have no picture but sound. Some can't be tracked properly, so forth and so on. So that's about right with tape. That's about how tape works. It makes perfect sense to me. Well, anyways, going back to the Atari thing. I believe that while Metroid was in development, Gunpei Yokoi and friends, including Miyamoto probably, I believe they ported over not a whole level, just like a little bit of a level to see how well the Atari 7800 could handle NES games or Famicom games at the time. We all know the stories about what happened with Atari and Nintendo and the Famicom in America. not just in the book Super Mario, but there was a few other books, websites, and even some magazines that reported that Nintendo was going to... what Atari really wanted was not to so much distribute the Famicom. They liked that it had the 6502 processor, but what they were hoping was to get Nintendo to make for the Atari 7800 in the US. This appealed to Nintendo, according to multiple sources. It appealed to Nintendo because of region lockout. It appealed to Nintendo in a second way is it would get rid of the whole idea they have to manufacture, not manufacture, market and distribute. It would be using Atari's distribution. This is Time Warner Atari, the Nolan Bushnell company, not Tramiel's Atari. I don't have anything against Jack or his son. I think they're brilliant businessmen, in my opinion. Would I work for them? Hell no. Jack Tramiel was... Imagine Steve Jobs without the success. It's not completely true. He was successful like Steve Jobs at Commodore. And Atari had pretty good success under him for a while. So. But that didn't work out. Again, there's the Ray Kassar of Time Warner, who was in charge of Atari at the behest of Time Warner. When he saw he saw Donkey Kong running on a computer at CES 83, I believe. Could have been, I think it's 83 or 84. So this went ahead. The reason for Rob the Robot and the Zapper. The Zapper, light gun games are dead, and it's a finicky prospect at best. So the Zapper and Rob the Robot was meant to sell the Nintendo Entertainment System. Well, yes, it is a video game, but oh, look at this. It has a robot. It has a gun. It's a toy. And that was the whole idea behind it, anyways. So other than me seeing that one slide and hearing that one level of Metroid not even a level, just like maybe a section of a level was developed for prototype reasons. I don't think it was going to go anywhere farther than that. Because the way Nintendo was looking to make money back then was they would make these games for the arcade, and then they would license out versions and distributions to other companies. This can be seen in some of their early philosophy, early practice. There's two or three games developed by Hudson, who was owned by Konami, for the Japanese computer market. I actually try to rebuild one of these levels in Mario Maker. I don't play Mario Maker anymore. It's not that it bores me, it's too limiting. I want to, and they got too many restrictions on what you can and can't name a level and stuff like that. But, imagine, so, like, let's use that example, Super Mario Brothers. Now, to my knowledge, Mario Brothers came out on the Atari 7800, the original Mario Brothers, the Atari 2600, allegedly the television. It's in television, not the television. And maybe it came out also on, I ColecoVision? I don't know. And then, you know, all these computer formats as well. So the way Super Mario Brothers would work is under this licensing agreement. You know, that Japanese Super Mario Brothers from Hudson would also come out on other systems, computer systems. The regular Super Mario Brothers would come out on whatever. But Yamauchi, he wanted full control, so he didn't want, you know, Coleco to do their own version of Super Mario Brothers. And then Atari have a version on 2600 because that would be what they do, and then a version on Atari 8-bit, and then you know, Mattel would, or Coleco or Mattel or Atari would do another version for Intellivision, and so forth and so on. And the quality control is out the window. I understand completely where they're coming from, or Yamauchi's coming from. So, okay, well that was a rather large thing, but had the ColecoVision lasted 5 to 10 years, it's like the Atari 2600 began to get pushed really hard with some games. I mean, Space Shuttle is one game. Ghostbusters is another that was really pushing it. Pitfall 2. Ms. Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man, Roadrunner. I'm not going to comment whether or not the games are good or whatever. I'm just saying these are games that were pushing the Atari 2600 to the brink. Dig Dug. Oh, it's true, Dig Dug. Double Dragon. Rampage. Tetris. I don't know if Tetris was official though. So let's strike Tetris off until I can get some research done on it. You know, there's games today that push the 2600. They published by, I think it's Atari Age. Is that who am I go to buy 2600 games? Everybody knew 2600, 7800 games. You know, I've seen prototypes push again. But yeah, definitely Rampage, Double Dragon, those push it. Commando, Atari Warriors. I don't know every 2600 game off the top of my head, so... Okay. Shit! Yeah, I said Commando, Atari Warriors, Rampage, Double Dragon. I know people are like, oh, Double Dragon's poor on 2600. Guess what? Once do I have this recorded? There was, I used a Genesis controller. So I know it can be done with a 2600 controller. There was a way I found out how to do, was it the elbow punch or something? And by going through that, it actually made the game playable. And I got very far in the game. I didn't beat it or anything like that. I got pretty far. I can't think of anything else right now. That like truly pushes the hardware to the breaking point. But what I did name, those came out about 10 years, 5 to 10 years after the system was out, meaning that it was very hard to program for. That's something a lot of people don't understand, is the 2600 was very hard to program for. So was Intellivision to a degree. But nonetheless, Ow. Ow. Nonetheless, there are people out there today who know these machines intimately better. So, ColecoVision, definitely, I've seen some good games available for ColecoVision. There's a shoot 'em up on, it's on a ColecoVision Flashback. It's a giant mecha shoot 'em up in Arctic Adventure stuff. Excuse me. These are games that, you know, what could have pushed the ColecoVision? And the best way to look at this is SG-1000 or MSX1 games. They're also of similar hardware, that's all. I mean, the Z80 processor, is that the same processor also in the Spectrum and Amstrad PTC? Because, see, I know it's the same processor in the Game Boy and Game Gear and the Sega Master System. So anyway, well, you can stay down there if you want. It's interesting to me that the hardware could have been put a while. Well, you see, you get me started on programming technology. Something that my wife has been pointing out, because we own a PSP, a PS Vita, and a 3DS, which obviously, well, two 3DSs, obviously play DS games. And something she has pointed out to me, interestingly enough, is why aren't all these like anime games that we see on PS Vita? I'm moonwalking. Why aren't these also out on DS or whatever? And then what really set her off was the Capcom Classics Collection Remix or Reloaded. We have both of them on PSP, and the Midway Arcade Greatest Hits, or I don't know what it's called on PSP. Arcade Essentials? Arcade Treasures. And she's got a point from a consumer standpoint. She's not technical like me at all. She doesn't care about programming code, business endeavors, so forth and so on. What she wants to do is just play the game on what she owns. And if the game isn't there, then they don't get any money from her. Now, the point is, we have these systems, but she doesn't want to carry around two portable systems, and she wants the one that has the stuff she likes to play. This also goes that we have iPad, and we have modern iPhones, but she doesn't want to put any games. I mean, her iPhone has double the capacity of storage than her iPad. So she wants to play on her iPad. So that's okay. If that's the way she wants to use it, that's the way she wants to use it. There's no right or wrong way. I don't like when people dictate, fuck you and fuck your opinion. That's what I've got to say about that. You know, you always hear the saying, you know, opinions are like assholes, everyone's got one. Well, you know, yes, that's true. But the other thing is, you know, fuck you and fuck your opinion. They don't matter to me in my life. But, you know, these people always think, especially people in their 20s, they think their opinion matters. And you might be in your 20s and you might think your opinion matters. It don't. It don't mean shit. It don't mean shit 1/5 of a second after it's been said. So, a person cannot have a wrong way to play a game. If it can be done in the game, then let them do it. Look, there's a box down there. It's a glitch. If a person wants to do that in the game, let them do that. You know, it's like people want to rag on this and that. If you know, if you don't like the way it is, it's okay. Fine. Be that way. No one's forcing you to like anything. You know, even if it seems like you're being forced to like something this particular way, You're not. All you have to do is turn it off. That's it. Don't have to take any jive from nobody about nothing. I'm serious. So, she doesn't want to carry around a whole bunch of shit. And I don't blame her. But she doesn't want to play certain games on her phone. That I don't blame her either. I don't want to do that at all. I hate that. Oh, dude, I hate that. I cannot stand it. I had Sonic the Hedgehog on both an iPod. Yeah, let that sink in. I had Sonic the Hedgehog on my iPod and regular Pac-Man on my iPod, and I had where is that thing? I have this oversized fake iPod that has 250 megabytes of space and double of my... Well, I can't say it's my first hard drive because I had two 5 megabyte hard drives when I was a kid in my Trash 80. But we replaced those to have disk drives, and now in retrospect, I told my mom, like, you know, on that computer, what we should have had was we should have kept one hard drive and then had that thing used Tridos. Anyways, we should have had a disk drive and a hard drive. 5 megabyte hard drive at a time when a high density disk was 360K if we were lucky. I don't know how big the discs were. See, all the Trash 80 discs got reformatted by... Well, no, I can't say all. I did keep a handful. But a good portion of the Trash 80 discs got reformatted by me to use, and I made like this gigantic backup. MS-DOS 6, well, 6.22, had this backup utility, and I used all these 360K discs on that backup. Now, it did a compression scheme. So I don't know how much data it was, but I know I backed up, I do remember, 36 megabytes. And, yeah, I remember that. 36 megabytes, but it used, only like 24 360K discs. Now, I remember, we didn't have a 1.44 megabyte micro floppy for a while. I don't know why they're still called floppies. But I remember we had the big ones. What I liked about the Macintosh at the time, because this just infuriated me as a DOS user, using candy. I didn't like that Mac users got 400K on a micro floppy, and then newer Macintoshes did 800K. That just bothered me. Now, truthfully though, an unformatted micro floppy holds excuse me, I'm rubbing my eyes. It holds 2 megabytes, and then after however it's formatted, it can either hold 1.44, 1.33, 1.44, 1.5, 1.6, and 1.8. Now, I did do this one time. I took a 360K disc, I punched a hole in it. I put it in a 2.88 ED disk drive and formatted 2.88. To this day, it has held the data 2.88. Oh, I remember those disk drives. That was considered huge, 2.88 megabytes, excuse me. Oh man, am I worn out. Not from this. I do a lot of work before I even get to this point. Okay, guys, coffeeforbinky@gmail.com. Please feel free to give to the Patreon. Like I said, it's a random ranting. All right, enjoy yourselves.